Attack on Titan Volumes 15 and 16, written and illustrated by Hajime Isayama. In the dimly lit corners of a clandestine tavern, hushed murmurs of a brewing conflict between the military police brigade and the Survey Corps spread like wildfire among the wary patrons. A tall, imposing man, brazenly identifying himself as an MP, fanned the flames of these rumors, painting a grim picture of a bloody skirmish involving Captain Levi. The air crackled with speculation, each whisper echoing the uncertainty surrounding Levi's fate. Had he truly escaped, leaving a trail of bodies in his wake, or had he fallen victim to the escalating tensions? The MP's words hinted at a betrayal within the ranks, further deepening the pervasive sense of unease. This distrust wasn't confined to the taverns, it festered amongst the civilians within the walls. The military police brigade's recent acquisition of advanced technology, weaponry designed to subdue not just Titans but humans as well, had stoked the fires of fear and suspicion. The very idea of such power turned inwards, potentially against the populace they were sworn to protect, sent chills down the spines of ordinary citizens. The sight of MPs patrolling the streets with these new weapons served as a constant, unsettling reminder of the government's growing power and the potential for its misuse. This burgeoning paranoia created a rift between the people and those meant to protect them, further destabilizing the already fragile peace within the walls. High within the walls, amidst the imposing stone structures of military command, the atmosphere was equally fraught with tension. Among the commanders, the lines of loyalty blurred, each harboring suspicions and preparing for potential betrayals from within their own ranks. The weight of the unknown pressed heavily upon them, forcing them to contemplate the unthinkable. The possibility of battles fought not against monstrous Titans, but against their own comrades. The unease permeated their strategic discussions, casting a pall over every decision, every plan. Meanwhile, in the shadowed depths of the forests outside Wall Maria, the Survey Corps continued their reconnaissance missions. The air was thick with suspicion, casting a long shadow over once unbreakable bonds of friendship and straining alliances forged in the crucible of battle. The weight of their mission, coupled with the ever-present threat of both Titans and hidden enemies within their own ranks, made every rustle of leaves, every snapped twig, a potential harbinger of danger. Reiner and Bertholdt, the insidious traitors hidden within the Survey Corps, played their roles with chilling precision. Wrapped in the guise of loyal comrades, they bore the immense secret of their Titan identities like a heavy shroud, their every action a carefully constructed performance. The knowledge of their impending betrayal gnawed at their consciences, a constant reminder of the devastation they were about to unleash upon their friends, their comrades, their supposed allies. This internal conflict, the constant tug-of-war between duty and guilt, etched lines of stress upon their faces, a subtle testament to the psychological toll of their duplicity. Their shared secret bound them together, a dark pact forged in a distant land, a pact that would soon shatter the fragile trust holding the Survey Corps together. Deep within the protective embrace of the forest, Armin and Mikasa regrouped with the remnants of their squad, finding a measure of comfort in the familiar faces of their comrades. They tended to their wounds, both physical and emotional, the latter a stinging reminder of Reiner and Bertholdt's betrayal. Mikasa, her stoic expression barely concealing the turmoil within, maintained a silent vigil, her grip on her blades a testament to her unwavering determination. She would not yield, not while her comrades still breathed, not while the fight remained. Beneath the watchful gaze of the stars, the tangled web of alliance and suspicion stretched taut, each thread representing a fragile connection, a tenuous bond threatened by the encroaching darkness. The Survey Corps, united by their shared purpose, yet fractured by distrust, stood resolute, ready to face whatever lurked beyond the shadowy outlines of the trees. Their hope, flickering like a candle flame in the wind, was their only solace in this world of betrayal and uncertainty. In the wake of their harrowing experiences, Commander Erwin and his closest allies found themselves embroiled in political turmoil. Summoned before the Royal Council, they faced accusations of insubordination and reckless endangerment, charges that threatened to disband the Survey Corps entirely. The arguments within the council chambers were heated, mirroring the conflicts raging beyond the walls. Some members vehemently defended the Survey Corps, arguing that their aggressive tactics were the only way to combat the existential threat of the Titans. Others, however, condemned their defiance of the royal government, viewing their actions as a direct challenge to the established order. This internal power struggle, fueled by fear, ambition, and conflicting ideologies, exposed the deep-seated corruption within the walls, a rot that threatened to consume humanity from within, even as the Titans clawed at their gates. Eren Yeager, the boy who could transform into a Titan, found himself under constant scrutiny, the weight of humanity's hopes and fears resting heavily upon his young shoulders. He wrestled with the implications of his unique ability, struggling to reconcile the destructive power he wielded with the responsibility he now bore. Meanwhile, Commander Pixis, a man known for his strategic brilliance and eccentric personality, found himself caught in the crossfire of these political debates. With his characteristic blend of pragmatism and dark humor, he pointed out the absurdity of humans fighting amongst themselves while a monstrous enemy threatened their very existence. His words, though often laced with sarcasm, carried a profound truth, a stark reminder of the folly of internal conflict in the face of overwhelming external threats. A clandestine meeting, shrouded in secrecy, unfolded in a dimly lit room. Whispers of treason and conspiracy filled the air as allegiances were questioned and motives scrutinized. The tension in the room was palpable, thick enough to cut with a knife. Suddenly, an urgent message shattered the hushed atmosphere. A breach within wall rose. This unexpected news forced a dramatic reevaluation of priorities, shifting the focus from internal power struggles to the immediate threat of a Titan incursion. Erwin, his face a mask of grim determination, rose to the challenge, his resolve unwavering in the face of this new crisis. Beyond the confines of political machinations, the scouts of the Survey Corps pressed onward with their investigation into the hidden truths of their world. Their mission extended beyond simply confronting the monstrous Titans. They were tasked with unraveling the complex web of conspiracies that threatened humanity from within. Their discoveries pointed towards a growing rebellion against the oppressive monarchy, a revolution sparked by the revelation of the false royal bloodline and the deep-seated corruption that festered within the walls. News articles, boldly exposing the government's atrocities, the suppression of dissenting voices, the manipulation of public information, the hoarding of resources, circulated amongst the populace, further fanning the flames of revolution. These articles, smuggled in under the cover of darkness, became symbols of resistance, a testament to the courage of those who dared to speak the truth in the face of tyranny. Eren, Historia, and other key players found themselves ensnared in a complex web of plots, their futures and the fate of humanity hanging precariously in the balance. Eren, bound and held captive by unknown forces, experienced a series of disturbing visions triggered by an unexplained touch. These visions, fragments of memories that were not his own, revealed nightmarish glimpses of a past intertwined with his father's alleged sins. The weight of these revelations, coupled with the lingering mysteries surrounding his father's motivations and their implications for humanity's survival, pressed down on him with crushing force. As Historia grappled with the complexities of her own lineage, the truth of her connection to the race family, and particularly to her half-sister Frida, began to unravel. She learned of Frida's inherited power, the ability to control Titans, alter memories, and manipulate the very fabric of reality. This power, however, had been brutally stolen by Grisha Yeager, Eren's father, during a violent confrontation that left the race family decimated. The horrific details of Grisha's assault, driven by his desperate desire to acquire the power of the Titans for himself, painted a gruesome picture of a man driven to extremes. The merciless slaughter of the Rice family, a family that held the key to humanity's salvation, became a chilling testament to the devastating consequences of unchecked ambition. Eren, bound and helpless, struggled to comprehend the monstrous actions of his father. The realization that his own bloodline was tainted by such violence, that his very existence was a product of this horrific act, tore at his soul. His internal turmoil mirrored the growing chaos outside, as the Survey Corps, led by the indomitable Commander Erwin, launched a daring rescue mission to retrieve both him and Historia. They knew the risks were immense, the obstacles formidable, but their loyalty to their comrades and their dedication to uncovering the truth propelled them forward. Deep within the dense forest, in a secluded chapel shrouded by ancient trees, Levi Ackerman and his squad prepared to confront their enemies. They positioned themselves strategically, anticipating the impending clash, understanding that their opponents were not only skilled, but driven by powerful motivations. Inside the chapel, Kenny the Ripper, a notorious figure from Levi's past, a ruthless killer with a chilling reputation, lay in wait with his specialized anti-personnel squad. Kenny's desire for power and his complex relationship with the royal family fueled his actions. He sought to control Historia, and through her, the power of the Titans, viewing it as a means to reshape the world according to his own twisted vision. His personal history with Levi, hinted at through shared experiences and a veiled familial connection, added a layer of personal animosity to the impending confrontation. As the battle commenced, the serene forest setting transformed into a scene of chaotic violence. The Survey Corps engaged Kenny's forces in a fierce firefight, the air thick with smoke and the echoes of gunfire. Levi, his movements a blur of calculated precision, led his squad through the intense melee, relying on their honed skills and unwavering teamwork to survive. The explosions of gunpowder and the screams of the wounded punctuated the eerie silence of the forest, a stark reminder of the brutal reality of their struggle. In a dimly lit room, hidden deep within the walls, two figures conversed, their words heavy with the weight of history. The older man, his voice raspy with age, recounted the ancient history of their clan, revealing their role as the monarchy's protectors, the sword and shield that ensured humanity's survival within the towering walls. He spoke of different bloodlines, of a race immune to the king's power to alter memories, a power that had kept humanity trapped in a cycle of ignorance and control. This knowledge, passed down through generations, represented a dangerous secret, a truth that those in power sought to suppress at any cost. The weight of this responsibility, the burden of protecting history from those who would rewrite it, rested heavily upon their shoulders. Meanwhile, Historia, also known as Krista, confronted the devastating implications of her own heritage. She stood amidst the ruins of her past, her father's manipulative words echoing in her ears. He had laid out his grand plan, a plan that required her to consume Eren and inherit the power of the Titans. This act, he claimed, was the only way to save humanity, a twisted justification for a horrific act. The urgency in his voice, the desperation in his eyes, clashed with the oppressive reality of her existence, a life built on lies and deception. Eren, bound and exhausted, his spirit worn thin by the relentless onslaught of revelations and betrayals, pleaded with Historia to defy her father's plan and take his life instead. He believed his death was the only way to break the cycle of violence and sacrifice, the only way to atone for the sins of his father and offer humanity a chance at true freedom. His plea, born out of despair and a profound sense of responsibility, was a desperate gamble, a final act of defiance against a fate he felt powerless to change. Within the oppressive confines of the catacombs beneath the Rice Chapel, the air crackled with tension. The weight of impending decisions that would determine the future of their world, hung heavy in the silence. Declarations of loyalty and resolve echoed through the underground chambers, a testament to the unwavering conviction of those who stood ready to defy the oppressive forces that sought to control them. As Historia and Eren grappled with the chaotic forces shaping their destinies, an ominous transformation loomed, a palpable sense of impending doom. The clash between belief and reality, between duty and defiance, was about to reach its breaking point, and the fate of humanity hung precariously in the balance. If you enjoyed this book breakdown, please consider liking this video and subscribing to get notified when we post our next breakdown.